Milton is with Civic Shoes. Now, so many businesses have adapted to the changing circumstances. Milton, good morning.
Good morning, Liz.
What would you like to hear today?
Well, just easier restrictions and open business as usual.
Okay, so why is that? What have you been seeing over the last couple of weeks?
Well, we're worried about the second outbreak, but I think Canberra community can handle it again. But yes, at the beginning of the coronavirus, we've had to close the store for a week, and then we was working for a few hours a day. Wasn't much business at that time. Slowly, business are coming back to normal, and we're hoping the restrictions will go back full to normal again.
And you're not worried, Milton, that there might be further waves of this or an outbreak of cases as a result of what we're seeing in Melbourne and Victoria?
Actually, yes, from the 3 cases yesterday, we're worried a bit, but we trust Canberra community, and we trust they're following the restrictions, and I think we're going to handle that.
And this is, well, there's a dual story here, isn't there? On one hand, this is a health pandemic, and then, of course, the secondary to that is the economic situation that we find ourselves in. What sort of impact has that had on you as a small business owner?
Well, definitely the business was down at 60-70% at the beginning, then slowly went back to 50% and start picking up at the moment. But we're worried, definitely worried for the second outbreak.
How are you handling hygiene in the store?
We're keeping all the rules government gave it to us. We're keeping distance 1.5 meters. We have hand sanitizers at the store. Serving shoes from 1.5 meters distance.
That's tricky.
Yeah. It's tricky. It's difficult. Definitely it's difficult. But yes, we can handle that.
Would you turn someone away if they looked ill?
Yes, I think yes.
And are you temperature checking and doing those things that we see in other stores? Yes,
we're wearing masks, and if someone's ill, yeah, definitely we have to tell him to move out from the store.
What's your family story? Because I understand you've been running this shoe shop, Civic Shoes, for 50 years.
Yes. I took over the business from my father. The business there in Bailey's Arcade for 50 years. They opened a shoe repair store, and after I took over 20 years ago, we are extended to a footwear store. We are selling quality men's and ladies' footwear, and also at this stage we're doing custom-made shoes for men's and ladies, and orthopedic shoes and inner soles.
Do you ever feel that family business is at risk from COVID and just not getting the clientele through the door after 50 years?
Well, the first week when I closed down from the COVID-19 situation, I was worried a little bit because that store never closed before, not even for a couple of days. So I was thinking what my father would think, if I had to close the store for a month or 2 months or 3 months. So slowly I came back after the second week, and to have that contact with our clients and the customers. Yes.
Well, look, we really appreciate your time this morning. Thanks for coming on to have a yarn with us.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Milton there from Civic Shoes, and looking at this conversation from a different perspective there, Lish, and of course, this is complex. None of these topics are easy, and I think what we're hearing this morning really reiterates that we're all trying to navigate this, on one hand, making sure that this virus doesn't spread any further, but then there are so many flow-on effects. It's such a multi-layered